Hi Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius. Welcome to your very personal reading. Now, the energy is booming here for you. It's bustling. It's funny because actually I am exactly where I was in October, okay, when I was recording your October reading. And so, you know, I'm usually indoors when I'm recording, but I happen to be outdoors during that one reading for you. And for those of you who watched that reading, it was quite long and really complex. So, you know, and then we actually did say, I now remember, we said that there would be a number of stages to whatever that space was that came through on that time. And so here we are again, right around the tail end of October, that you may be, you know, kind of in the process of reviewing. I'm hearing it in that way, and it's interesting because I'm hearing Bruno here for I don't know what that might be linked to. But I recall it was like in that last reading, there was, I'm seeing the number 5. I'm not sure what that would be alluding to for a number of you, but like there was this boat here. I remember during that reading, yet again, it was like the starship is coming for you, Sagittarius. I don't know what that might have been alluding to, but there's a boat here again, right when I'm here, and off they go. So for a number of you, there's something that's happening. It's being also taken out. I'm hearing in stages. It's something that perhaps is, I'm hearing, it's standardized testing for a number of you. Okay, it's something that you perhaps, and always take it as well, metaphorical, literal. It's something that you're reviewing, and you're coming to, you're reviewing, you're taking a step back from, you're reviewing, you're coming back to, reviewing, take a step back from. Okay, so for a number of you, it's, it involves a number of people. It is really complicated. I'm not sure what exactly that's alluding to, but it may be something that is even political. I'm seeing the color red and white specifically. I don't know what that's about, be it, you know, political, for to bring that, controversial, whatever it may be. And who says that anything needs to be controversial, right? Okay, I'm just back to mention that. But there's something that you feel, or that someone in your midst feels, for no reason, this is something you're collaborating on in the space of. It's actually a, I'm hearing it's a multi-purpose space. I'm seeing it's like it requires of you to integrate with others, and be it also, you know, related to investment, be it related to funding in some way. It's like, again, I'm seeing something that happens, it comes and goes in waves and stages. Yes, it comes and goes in waves and stages. For a number of you, it is almost like I'm seeing like recycling, something that you're coming back to. And we are in Mercury retrograde, okay? Things coming back from the past being dug up. You know, Uncle Chester is in the backyard hacking up what he thought to be, you know, that tree and its roots. And boy, did it kind of theoreticize a totally different outlook on even the concept of the grave. I don't know what that is alluding to, but I don't know what the Addams family has to do with this either. We are moving into Halloween, and you know, it is a new moon in Scorpio actually that I'm filming this on. And you know, so Scorpio does deal with, you know, digging things up. Pluto is fascinated by that excursion of, oh my gosh, the unknown. Let's make it all known. Oh, we don't know that. We need to know that. Oh yeah, okay. It's like everything that, you know, people feel or try to assert as mysterious, or, you know, oh no, this we you know, this needs to be private. It's like that's where Pluto comes in with a tuning fork. I'm hearing in hand. I'm hearing to completely regenerate the space. Like, it's interesting because I'm seeing Pluto as like a person, and this has been coming through a number of readings now actually, whereas like Pluto is on a platform, and they are asserting something. Okay, so for a number of you, this is something actually that you're rising to the event of. Absolutely, you are getting ready to present. It is public for a number of you. It is a form of, also for a number of you, perhaps I'm hearing your mission statement. It's interesting. It's something that you see yourself perhaps playing a public role with, taking out in a broad public way. I'm hearing expansive. It has to do, I'm hearing expressionist art, painting. I'm not sure what that's related to. Anyways, for a number of you, this is, again, I'm getting very strongly, this is related to investment. You could be, you know, kind of like, I'm hearing dowsing as well. I don't know what, maybe it's you and someone else, you're kind of going back and forth. It's like this kind of, you know, getting to know one another kind of thing, but it's a little programmed. I'm hearing as well, perhaps as you may feel it. Now, what's interesting, for a number I'm seeing this space has a lot of potential, but it takes time. Don't think that this is going to be immediate. And I'm seeing like red and white again and blue. And so, you know, I'm not sure what that's alluding to for a number of you, but you know, if you think about blue and red, they're kind of like, could be considered as like opposites. Okay. Like red heats things up, blue cools things down. So there could be this kind of tension space, even of like tug of war, like I give, you take, we go back and forth. Again, be it a negotiation, absolutely for a number of you. Now, I'm hearing it's about the past. I'm hearing Barack Obama. I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm hearing also, I'm hearing Shape of My Heart. I believe that is by the Backstreet Boys. Okay. I want to show you the shape of my heart. Something like that. I want to show you the shape of my heart. Okay, now let's get back into it. I'm hearing Shady's back as well. I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm hearing good old pal, pen pal. Okay, great. So now, I'm not sure. Okay, we are back. Now, the phone actually cut there. And we were just talking about how, you know, I was going to say that there is somewhat of like this feeling perhaps of like, you know, there's something that we feel perhaps we need to look into. This could be your feeling, this could be your energy. I feel like I need to take more time to kind of understand the space a little more deeply, maybe meditate on it as well. What I'm getting is that something is almost brought up, but then we have to go back and kind of reflect on it, and then we come back to it once again. So a beautiful butterfly here, fluttering around right then and there. So for a number of you, butterflies speak of transformation, right? It's not an overnight process. It's not like the caterpillar who just cuts the cocoon open. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, okay, like this is it takes time, you know, and it's, you know, not always going to be realistic. I'm hearing as well at times where it's like, I feel like this is making sense. No, it's not always perhaps going to feel that way. You know, sometimes a caterpillar is confused when he's in the cocoon and he's thinking, what's my cause for being here? What's my, you know, when things get really slow and they get really tough. I'm hearing dark as well. It's like, you know, sometimes we can, you know, wonder, you know, well, what I'm hearing, we can change the subject as well. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. Like, maybe you start, I don't want to say doubtful. You know that this is something that has a whole lot of potential, Sagittarius, but you know, sometimes it's like, I'm hearing it's getting cold. Okay, so, you know, but it's interesting because what I'm getting is that you are receiving signs every so often that confirm for you that you are on a path of, potential. And so, it's so interesting because I'm seeing these two ducks who are like swimming together here on this water, but they're like swimming pretty slowly. Yeah, I mean, they're not like motorboat ducks, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, true. They're not like those bikes that have those motors in them that all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's a bike, but it's going so fast. Like, yeah, you don't. I mean, when you think about ducks, they're not like in a Olympic stadium, you know, trying to hit the 50-meter mark, like, on time. Like, I don't know what this is alluding to, but these two ducks literally just stopped right here, little duckies, right here. They swam all the way here and they literally stopped right in front of me. So there's something that requires also, not just, I don't want to say requires, but it reflects for us the concept of meaning. And when we feel that something has meaning, when do we begin to consider it within the concept of time and space? You know, does this hold meaning? And so then I want it to evolve in a space that I can understand temporally. I mean, in terms of time and space, I want it to hurt. I want it to have, let's break it down real simply. For a number of you, maybe you feel that, and maybe this is actually not more simple. Maybe this is more complex. For a number of you feel like, no, the more complicated it gets, the more simple it gets for me. Okay, the more clear it is. You know, there's something that perhaps you feel like there's potential, but why isn't it getting off the ground? Like that kind of thing. And so I'm hearing it's a matter of temperature changes. Okay, interesting. Now I've seen two people in a room. It's so fascinating. I'm almost seeing it even as like a lab. Like these two people are like in a lab, and like somebody's like changing they are changing the temperature in that room. And I'm seeing someone with maroon here. It's so interesting. I don't know what he's doing. He's like reaching down and he's touching the floor. He has like maroon everything, a complete maroon outfit. Now I don't know what this color has been coming through for, but for a number of you, it's something that I'm hearing stages. I'm hearing stay away. Okay, so this is something that maybe you felt like I have this could be the energy of another as well. Like there is a process to it. Now, it could be the kind of thing where someone doesn't want to feel like they run into this space. They rush into this space all of a sudden, announcing all of their vows at once. Okay, for anybody, this is a negotiation, yeah. And it's like somebody maybe doesn't want to come out flat out and be like, I love you, and I'm hearing all the little things. It's that song by One Direction. Yeah, and so it's like, I want to have children with you, a family with you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, there is potential, again, I'm seeing specifically, and it's funny because I'm seeing this family, like, with, like, 8, they've almost got, like, 8 kids, like, that's what it looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, well, I'm also counting the adult as a kid, I was 6. Anyways, yeah, you know, it's like, somebody sees so much potential here, like, when they look at you, they, you know, could, again, apply it as you do to your situation, to your Sagittarius, but, oh my god, this person is wearing a shirt. It's like, again, maroon color. And it says young, hungry, scrappy. Okay, anyway, so for a number of you, this is a matter of the beginning that creates the future. Okay, and it's really like we have to start somewhere. It's a matter of stages. I'm hearing that again. Now, someone, again, looks at the situation. It could be you with you. It could be you with another. It could be how you look at someone. It could be how someone looks at you. And they're like, I see everything. I see everything and everything about everything that could become of this space, that will become. I'm hearing they are so sure. Like they look at whatever this is and they're like, this is my everything. This is my be all end all. Here comes these two ducks again. And he stopped right down in front of me. Hello. You know, they're just hanging out. And so it's like I'm hearing specifically, everything good happens in stages. It lives in stages. It evolves. You know, it's like to get to the full moon, we have to get through the new moon. Okay? Let's just be honest. All right? We don't get to the full moon like the day after the new moon either, right? On either end we have that. Anyway, so it's like for a number of you, this is a matter of manifestation, manifesting what you know is your dream. You have, or what you know also that you want to eventually work on. I'm hearing down the line. And so it's like I'm seeing, it's so funny, this duck is like turning its head looking up at me. It's like, you know, it's a matter of also adjustment. I'm hearing allowing the environment to also acclimate. Interesting. So for a number of you, this is a matter of again, investment, perhaps getting on board with others. For a number of you, it's related to the actual environment. You know, perhaps there is a shift energetically that needs to take place before you can carry out your work. I'm feeling pressure in the crown chakra, so I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but anyways, distance. I'm hearing distance. Now this one duck just goes like under the bridge, and then this other duck like followed him. It's so cute, man. Oh my god. Like, they're so sweet. And I love the way his little legs are just like kicking out. It's so cute. And like, it's funny because like the duck followed the other duck at first, like when he started to swim away, and then he saw he was just going under the bridge. So he was like, all right, I don't need to follow you all the way under the bridge. Okay. I'm just gonna watch you from a distance. From a distance. And this duck is just like cleaning its beak. And this other duck is just, you know, hanging out. Like, there's no like pressure, okay, to evolve, really. I'm hearing it in that way as well. Like, it's like, you know, and so then this other duck comes and swims after this other duck. Like, it's so sweet. They've got this, like, I'm hearing this secret, I don't know what that's alluding to, like, that is shared between them. It's so funny because they literally turn at the same time. Like, they were speed swimming, okay? Like, I'm hearing merging. Okay, I'm hearing also Michael Phelps. I'm hearing merging. I don't know what that's. Anyways, it's like these two ducks are like speed swimming, and then all of a sudden they both spun at the same time and turned around and started swimming the other direction. So like, it's interesting. And for a second I was like, what do these birds do for a living? What that is, because I literally just occurred to me, like, they're just sitting here swimming, I'm hearing, in circles. Like, if you were to think about it. Anyways, now I don't know what, maybe that at a certain point in time, Sagittarius, like, it would be it again a metaphorical question. I'm hearing, what's up with all of this holding time, holding pattern? What's the, you know, but even if there is a challenge to the timeline of this space that you feel so, sorry, my hand was like literally in front of the camera, to this space that you know, you also, I'm hearing you is part of your mission here. You know, don't lose hope. I'm hearing that as well. And so again, it's funny because these two birds were like, I'm hearing children, these two birds were like, they were kind of like at a distance at a certain point, but then it was like this knowingness of like, I don't need to follow you under the bridge. Like, I know that we are, you know, focused on one another, even if we act like, you know, there is 4 more ducks in the room, but they're alone. It's just these two ducks, right? And so I'm hearing it's bravery. And so now this other duck, the one that was swimming under the bridge, is now following the other one. It's so cute, look. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. It's like, then they look at it, it's so funny because they look at each other and then they swim in another direction. It's like, so they are aware of each other, and they almost like, I'm seeing they alternate between like swimming directions even. They're like, oh, I will follow you and then you will follow me. So for a number of you, this is something that you feel, okay, I can't get too caught up in like the back and the forth, the ebb and the flow, the, you know, you were ahead of me and then now I'm behind, and then you were, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is perhaps not a race as I'm getting it. It's more a synchronized swim. So for a number of you, if there has been also a process where you feel like, well, this is, you know, a platform of interest for me, but I also feel like I can't, yes, for a number of you, I can't push it. Okay, yeah. Yes, I cannot push the process. It's a matter of evolution. And so I'm hearing, I want to go in, this is perhaps your thing, I want to go in with no expectations. I can't come in thinking or expecting that, you know, there will be a certain also, I'm hearing third wheel that will announce this for both of us. Like, I don't know, like, it's weird. I'm seeing like these two ducks, like, they're alone. It's just the two ducks as it is perceived. And then they're like thinking, you know, do we need like we know we have this really strong connection. Do we need a third duck to come in and tell us like, you guys are thinking of each other? Like, how awkward would that be? Like, really think about that, you know? So a lot of this for a number of you is a process that is happening like dynamically, where you might not also be able to fully understand what this connection is also happening for, motivated by. But I'm hearing the silence, I'm hearing, and the noise tells you apart from I'm hearing the reality. Hold on. Oh, so okay, let's backtrack. For a number of you, I know it's a bit abstract. For a number of you, there's something of the space of knowing. And it's almost like, you know, the need to not communicate what we know in some kind of way also confirms it. So for a number of you, you're like thinking maybe, this is for a number of you, maybe you're in some sort of negotiation or something of that sort, or you feel a really strong connection with someone and you're like, if I were to come out and like say it, it would make it kind of, it would detract, I'm hearing as well. And I'm seeing this woman walking with like a big selfie stick. And so there's something like you don't want to make obvious as well. I'm seeing it's like something that you want to also perhaps attract naturally. And to say it in this way, if you're in a situation that you feel is taking just a bit of time, okay, Sagittarius, it's like, well, there's a reason for that as well. And perhaps you feel like, you know, there is a deeper meaning to the moves that we make. And, you know, so in some kind of way, perhaps Sagittarius, you want to take I'm hearing in a logical approach to something. I'm not sure what, that like where at a certain point you're like, well, if I analyze this literally, yeah, they haven't gone back to me for, I'm hearing 3 days, I'm hearing 3 ages. I don't know what that's about. And again, I'm seeing like maroon. So yeah, there's something that you feel is a process. Okay, it is a process of also disconnecting and reconnecting to the concept that we love. And for a number of you, it's actually perhaps a long distance connection. It is something that we feel, you know, we kind of, we need to have patience with. I'm hearing it in that way, but it's not just patience, Sag. It's like, I'm seeing it as something that is a matter of not just waiting for time to pass, but understanding. I'm hearing the wisdom of what we perceive as time, that this experience is addressed through the spectrum of, whoa. So for a number of you, it's like, you know, why is this also happening? I'm not sure. This is going real deep for a number of you. This is not going to apply perhaps as everyone perceives it now, but you know, there's something that I'm seeing forest green here, like a big suburban, like a forest green suburban. Anyways, let's backtrack. Yeah, so for a number of you, this is like, I'm hearing like 7th dimensional conversation. I don't know what. Anyways, okay, so you know, it's like, I'm hearing YKK. Alright, so anyways, now for a number of you, there is a person, okay, for a number of you, there is a person, there is also though a situation that you feel almost like is okay, did you hear that? That literally reminded me of the radio sound that came in the Pisces channel November reading. And in addition, I did a Sagittarius reading that the same thing came through. So it's like, you know, you're getting activation here. It's a matter of, you know, it's a matter of your honesty and awareness of this space. So, so sometimes, you know, Sag, you might like even sometimes like want to pretend like what your perception of this space is almost, how do I say this? So number of Sagittarius, it could be this process of, you know, why am I even, I'm hearing like having this experience, aware of this aspect of the experience as well. And this computer is like heating up right now. So, dear Sagittarius, let's get on with your reading here and see what comes through, all right? Love and light to you. And there could be a focus here on the number 26, 26 right here. Coming through for you, Sagittarius. And it is something that perhaps you are processing, getting ready to present and pursue. Something that you are getting ready to yes, I'm getting, you're preparing to oh my god, literally everyone is wearing anyways, yes, something that you are getting ready to, it's something that you have even, okay, this, for number you Sag, you're feeling a lot of passion that's building. I'm seeing that, and it can be, you know, your energy and that of another. It could be your perception of the energy of another as well. You might feel like there is someone who is planning something. Okay. And so there is some kind of even, you know, again, I'm seeing like it's something that you're feeling is perhaps also going to be presented to you. Now, this can absolutely be the energy of another that you're, you know, kind of tapping into, that you feel uniquely aware of. It's something perhaps that you are, you know, even going to be offered. I'm hearing that as well. For a number of you, it may be, I'm seeing this beautiful butterfly again. Yep. It's like there's this even culmination of the space in which you feel there has been a building of energy. Let's just say it like that. Like, I feel like something is going to be also brought up. I'm hearing for review. I'm hearing presentation though. So yeah, this could be again the energy of another, but in some shape or form there being a focus on also the physical body. I'm hearing presence, a focus on the presentation of passion as well. Okay, so for a number of you, it may be an actual event that might be physically based. I'm hearing transformational, you know, in some way being it that you meet someone in some way and there is closure in that encounter in some way. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but there could be focus as well on the heart chakra. So for a number of you, again, this is you, perhaps you're feeling that a certain space is evolving. Let's just say it simply. You feel that there is some sort of scale that you've been moving through, that you've been aware of, that has a certain timeline again that you've needed to remain patient with, but in some way, as you may have felt it, that you are to also, like, you feel like something is coming. Aries, I'm hearing Aquarius. I'm hearing branding. For number, this is something, one second. Branding, I'm saying this is something that you see yourself coming to present soon. All right, love and light to you. Let's take it through Sagittarius. Now, as we get ready for this reading, I'm hearing here, right off the bat, I'm hearing it's not easy. So I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but it might be something that you feel is, like, for me, this is even a birth. Like, I'm seeing big belly. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, you feel like, yeah, I'm seeing number 3. I'm seeing the Empress card. This is something that, for a number of you, it's like I'm hearing, you're like, it's time. Okay, we'll see in the reading. And I'm hearing sirens going over there. Yeah, there's something about the culmination of, it's like, where does our vision lead us? Where does this sort of, this woman as this jackpot says, courage is endurance for the moment. Interesting. Okay, so for a number of you, perhaps you've been feeling like it's been a matter of, also, it's funny because there's this guy, he's walking with these 2 huge trash bins, one in front of him, one behind him, and they're both green, and green speaks of the heart chakra. So for a number of you, there is something that perhaps you felt like, my goodness, I'm hearing coming soon. Like, there's something that you feel is like, again, it's like, I smell that they're cooking this dish. I know that it's coming. Okay, I know that it's coming. I'm hearing that specifically, but I'm hearing 7-7. It's a matter, perhaps it was a focus number for a number of you, but 7 actually speaks of relationships. It speaks of the 7th house, right, in the astrology chart as well. So there's something that perhaps you feel has been, I'm hearing it's a cycle that's been spinning. I'm hearing suggested. So for a number of you, this is something that you feel you will eventually experience, you will eventually come to. I'm seeing green everywhere here now. So there might be some kind of even experience that maybe you had a premonition about, and you're like, or you have a feeling, I feel like this is going to come about in some way. And so I'm hearing toughen up for the conversation. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, maybe, I don't know, Sagittarius, like, you've been feeling that there has been a cycle of perhaps, I don't want to say testing, but preparing, but with patience. Interesting. It's like, what is it that we needed to not kind of release necessarily, and not completely revolve around. Hold on, let's backtrack. For number 8, this has been a space of teaching. I'm hearing tension. I'm hearing understanding and opening ourselves to.
Dignified location of the future. That was one of the chips we had to get.
Okay, so for a number of you, this is a process that is a discussion. I'm seeing maroon again. So there's something that you're getting awareness for. I'm hearing like even public recognition. I'm seeing maybe there is some sort of, level that you feel you're reaching professionally even. Maybe, it's been a process of remembering why. I'm hearing will, okay? Like, what's my vision? And even if sometimes, this woman with a shirt, it says cause. Okay, for a number of you, there is a focus. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the reading, dear Sagittarius. But before we tune it out, there's something of a focus on a certain message, perhaps even that, you know, it's sacred. It's something that you would like to create. A more public space to communicate about. For a number of you, there could be a focus. Yeah, and I just got a notification right there. It was like a little siren going off. So for a number of you, I'm seeing 505. Hold on. It's something that perhaps even was related to your childhood years. I'm seeing at the age of 5. For a number of you, this is a space that you felt you had also experience with. Uniquely. Hold on. Hold on. For a number, I'm seeing again, it's like something having to do with I'm hearing also throat chakra, heart chakra. Okay, for a number of you, this is movement change, actual movement change. It could be a physical move. You may actually be in a space that you feel is also, or that again, you may have a vision, like I feel like I'm gonna be moving pretty soon. Hold on, it's not for everyone. I'm hearing invitation. I'm hearing invite. Yes, so there is a space that you have. So weird because I'm seeing big belly again, and I'm getting, this is like the keyboard on this cover for the computer thing is like, it bumped against my belly, so I don't know what that's going to do. Sagittarius. But for a number of you, maybe it's like you feel that it's the time is coming. I don't know what that is about. Okay, it's time to perhaps start. Again, I'm hearing like processing our. Okay, I'm seeing this woman with bright purple on. This is really to the crown chakra. So for a number of you. Okay, I'm hearing news. There's something that you feel, you know, uniquely the space of, you have the message for, that you feel you must deliver. And, you know, if you think about it, you deliver children, you deliver babies, right, as well. And so what is that for you? What is it that you look at, you know, yourself as the creator of, you know? Really, Sagittarius. And if you look at the overall, I'm hearing vantage point, what is it that you feel truly motivates you? And here comes this guy again with these 2 big green trash bins. Now he's holding them both from behind, he's walking forward. And so, you know, there is a focus on a new beginning and balance, and, you know, what we feel we would like to create. So it's like, if you think about this Sagittarius, it's like, you know, I have a vision and I feel like I have potential. Okay, there's so much I could do, there's so much I could create. But at the end of the day, what is my reason for doing that? What is my cause? What is my also creative passion? And everything creates something, right? Every movement makes change, even if it is the movement of your mind, right? Your thoughts. For a number of you, you're perhaps involved in this space where you are wondering also, do I bring out publicly what I have been experiencing on a personal level? How do I integrate my personal experience with my public experience? For a number of you, feel like there is an experience coming that is calling you into a more public role and position, where you almost like, you feel like, well, my personal story is going to be now on blast. Okay, and so it could be this like kind of process of resisting. I don't want to say that, but reviewing. I'm not seeing it as purely resistance or resistance. I'm seeing it more so as like, this is a process where you feel that you're presenting power. I'm gonna just say it like that. And it is related to the heart chakra. For a number of you, this is something that you feel will change people's lives. It is power. I'm hearing it is powerful. Now, it's funny because I'm looking at this sign. It says gnats have perfect pitch. Okay, champions, W. All right, so yeah, for a number of you, there's something that Regent University. Okay. Anyways, School of Law. Okay, let's move on. Now, what I'm getting, well, okay, take it as well. But there's something that you feel has cycles again to it. It's seasonal even. It's funny because this woman walking by, she has a shirt that says truest selves. So go figure, Sagittarius. I know. But it's like there's something that, again, you're like, I realize what I have also the ability to create. I realize that, and I'm seeing again big belly. I don't know, maybe some of you thinking I'm having children. Okay. But there's something that you feel like I have passion for this space. I have also real experiences that speak to this also area of life. I have a unique perspective. For a number of you, I have a story. And it has been related to your power. I'm gonna say it again like that, Sagittarius. It's related to, and I'm seeing this sign that says, catch all the action on the big screen. So I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but it's something that maybe you want to publicize in some way. You want to present publicly. You want to even create some sort of performance on behalf of production. I'm hearing producer. So it's maybe, something that you're like, well, again, I have this idea, even I have this passion, I have this presentation. I just want to create the creative visual arena for it in some way, or the space, the platform to carry it out, or even I'm hearing the program, the procedure, the practice. And so it is, for a number of you, perhaps something that you feel like, I'm hearing guest list. Okay. So this is something perhaps that you want to also get others to participate in. Again, it could be even related to crowdfunding. I'm hearing teasers. So for a number of you, this is perhaps related to the community as well. Okay, like I want to inspire and motivate those around me to also get involved in this space. But it's not like just strategic. I'm not just seeing it in terms of marketing, although I'm seeing that is related, but it's more so in the way of, how do I make the space that naturally speaks to what I create? Okay, so it's like you're wondering, what's the context to my creativity as well? What is I'm hearing the magazine for my decisions to be put on display. Interesting. For me, this is related to lifestyle. But for another number of you, this is a matter of, for you have a talent and you're like, how do I showcase it in a public way? It's for a number of you. But for another number of you, it's like, again, it's almost like, what's the context through which I can really reach my potential? I could really show people also. I can showcase my skills. For a number of you, it's interesting because what I'm seeing is that it's almost like a matter of, usually if you think about marketing, it's like, how do I get my message across to this audience in a way that makes them feel that they can relate to it in some way? I'm hearing resistance. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but okay, for a number of you, I'm seeing this is related also to the physical body. So I'm not sure, related to your image. Let's backtrack. It could be perceptive, but what I'm getting is that it's more so like the question of, how do I resonate with the space through which I carry my work out? Okay, so Sagittarius, I'm hearing there's a focus on sound quality, and also the space, the physical environment, the space around your community, feeling that your immediate environment is actually encouraging of your expression. So, there might be kind of like questions that you have. I'm hearing about how to integrate this space. I'm not sure what, like, maybe you're in an environment and you're like, what am I doing here? How does this really enhance my work? I'm seeing 1441 going up into 1444 right there. So it could be a focus on for a number of you. And this water is like going off right here, this waterfall. And it's so funny because there's this sign that says no masks are allowed anywhere on the property. So, okay. So it's like, for a number of you, this is a matter of feeling that you don't also need to play yourself as a character. Okay? Like within your environment, within the space that you create. It's like, I don't want to have to also, if I don't feel like my immediate environment, like I don't really get how it connects to what I do, I don't want to have to play a certain type of persona up to feel that I can also relate. So there's something that you want to fundamentally understand. And so for no reason, it's just like simple. It's as simple as, I want to know, how do I present this? I want to know, how do I integrate in this space? And so for no reason, there is a focus on the imagination. And so it's funny because on this storefront, it says fall into a good book, politics and prose, and it's written in green. So for a number of you, there's something where you're like, it's controversial, naturally. Presenting this in this space is controversial. Now, what inspires the movement, the change? It is how I connect to it myself on an emotional level. All right, I'll see Sarah's spirit back. Now, let's see here. For a number of you, right off the bat, the energy is so strong here for you. Oh my goodness, having realizations, big time. And so we're going to sit down and we're going to pull some cards here for you to see what exactly this is about. But right off the bat, I'm seeing 244. So again, there could be a focus on that number, 44 specifically, 4, and multiples of it, 2. Okay. But, all right. Now, for a number of you, it's interesting because what I'm getting is that, and I was meditating your energy, I was hearing, my greatest challenge is my greatest feat. At a certain point, you realize Sagittarius, like, okay, let's backtrack. This doesn't make sense, okay? It doesn't make sense. Whatever this space is. If we look at it logically, it doesn't actually prepare us also for anything. Maybe you're even in, like, I don't know, you're like, what's the lesson here? I don't get it. Well, what's going on? Now, whatever it is, though, I'm seeing Sagittarius, it gets to this point where all of a sudden, you know, it's all perception, but you realize that there is a role that you play here. Okay, like, it's not like, oh, this is just happening around me or to me, or I'm hearing this is the test of translation, transition, transformation. And we have to see ourselves clearly. We have to, I'm hearing specifically, it's going to be what you're coming down to, Sagittarius, like this feeling of, well, I need to be honest in this space as well. I need to be expressive of also my decisions. I'm hearing that maybe are personal. Here comes a 2 of Cups. Yeah, so for a number of you, I'm seeing also this is playing out in terms of partnerships. Like, I know that we have a connection here. I know, though, as well, that it's not a matter of forcing it. Here comes the Empress right over the Wheel of Fortune. And what is forcing? For a number of you, there are factors in the environment that are challenging this space. Perhaps Ace of Swords and the Daughter of Wands. It's like somebody doesn't perhaps want to be the one who comes and directly addresses also the feeling of connection. All right, like somebody maybe feels like, well, I don't want it to be what I brand it as only. I don't want to come and market the idea to this person. I'm hearing that as well. And 1 second, Sag, just get the air on here, please. It's just a bit hot. Yeah, so, you know, at a certain point, you may also almost feel like, well, what I technically don't understand of this particular situation, actually serves me. I'm hearing that. The Hermit in reverse, whatever the Ace is like, it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to, all right? For at a certain point, it's like, you know, if we really think about it, the Hermit will never be done, okay? The philosopher sitting under the tree will never have philosophized absolutely everything. That's the point of philosophy, is that it is, in a way, transcendental, eternal, Nine of Wands upright. Like, everything that we think we come to, we can see through even further. Everything that we surmise, we can see, you know, just that much more deeply into. And so there's this introspective quality to this process, perhaps, or to this space that you feel, I will never really understand it. If I try to get to the point of even talking about it in a way that I can kind of create a persona for, even, or a sort of a purpose to, like, practically, especially, I'm hearing it's totally, I'm hearing there's no metrics, I'm hearing it's immeasurable. So for a number of you, it's almost getting to that point as well where you're like, okay, it needs to be you with you. The way I see my talents also drawing to scale is not gonna be, I'm hearing one that will wake up like I'm hearing also, I'm hearing office and their secretary in the room. Interesting. Okay, so for a number of you, yeah, you're really, perhaps you've been feeling like, I feel like my work is not technically working, quote unquote. Like, I'm wondering what all, and it could be for no reason, you've got Venus and Sagittarius perhaps coming through in terms of your relationships, or the relationship also with your creative space, how you address or interact with, engage with your own creative abilities. Now, I'm hearing talent, agency. For a number of you, you're getting called up here. Father of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Cups upright. You feel like somebody's watching your work. The Hangman at the base of the Two of Cups. For a number of you, this is an actual direction that perhaps you see yourself moving in. It may be in terms of creative direction, leadership. All right, now let's get back into it. Sagittarius, again, there's this feeling of like, my work is kind of, I'm hearing like, it makes sense, but then it doesn't. I don't know what that's alluding to, but like, maybe on one hand, you're like, okay, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse over the Empress. Like, you've got this amazing, perhaps also self-perception at times, like where it's like, I feel like my work is like the seed of, you know, the whole, storyline. Interesting. Okay, where it's like you feel the greater work that your body leads to. I'm hearing what you feel your work births as well. I'm hearing you see the objective birthing process also. I'm saying you see the greater objective birthing process, but then it's like when I get caught up, I'm like, okay, when I backtrack and I say, okay, well, why is this taking so long? These first few steps. Why do people also? Why are there people who don't get my tokens? I'm hearing that I play with my personality. I'm hearing like, you know, some people may find that your might be an aspect as well of your own being. Hold on. Sagittarius, this can also be you with someone else where you feel like, this environment I'm in, I don't completely I feel somewhat awkward in. I'm hearing at odds with. I'm not sure what that's going to do. It could be your actual immediate physical environment. But there's something, okay, for a number of you feel very much at home, at peace in this space, but you're wondering, how do I connect to it? Okay? It's like, what's that point of connection exactly? Like, I'm seeing maybe you've been walking around like an environment. You're like, I love this place, but where's my space in it? Like, I don't know what, like, where's my cubby hole kind of thing? I don't know what that's alluding to. It can even be like you're walking around a neighborhood, you're like, I love this place, but where do I call home within it? This could be someone wanting to present something. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords upright. Plan B. I'm hearing Plan B here with Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. Planning, I'm hearing as well. Nine of Swords upright, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Justice card, perpendicular to the Ace of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Okay, so, oh my. Now, alright, so for a number of you, there is... Excuse me, Sagittarius. There is a lot going on. Okay, I'm hearing in the home and outside the home. to say it always apply it to your situation as you feel that it might be relevant to you. You know, what is home for you? Or is it a metaphorical space? Is it literal? Okay. Is it something that is a vision of yours? Okay. So always like apply it as you do, but there's something of this focus on like, I feel like there is a micro cycle that I'm experiencing, and then there's a macro cycle. There's my personal process of evolution, and then there's this more public sort of, I'm hearing outline of my experience. Like, and so I don't know if maybe you feel that your work is evolving at a certain pace, but then, and I don't want to call it pace in terms of time, but perhaps you feel like my work is evolving, and then I feel like there is a grander cycle to this experience that's evolving and revolving around me in my own orbit. I'm hearing as well that I move through. And so then you're almost thinking, well, I want it to synchronize perhaps, or I don't want to feel, I'm hearing this was like, I don't want to have to feel like I have to bring my timeline into orbit with that of this more objective space that surrounds me. So in other words, it's like, it could be so simple as, well, let's say you're in a relationship with someone and you feel like, I'm hearing they're not responding, or their response is too slow, too fast, whatever it is. You're almost thinking, I know that there's a really strong connection here. Okay, I'm hearing electric, like, but it's, you know, just because electricity sparks doesn't mean that it's supposed to. I'm hearing every moment, at every moment, like there's a time, okay, yes, for a number you feel like there is a time and a space for everything. Okay, there's no like, you're supposed to do this. I'm hearing that as well. Like, oh, whenever we meet each other, like we need to absolutely do this every time. I'm hearing that as well. So whenever you feel perhaps that there's some kind of even serendipitous attitude towards whatever this cycle is. And it is cyclical, as a number of you may feel it. You're like, there is naturally a cycle to this space. I'm hearing, I can't tell winter to turn into spring, you know, just because I am on that chapter in the book, all right, in that storyline. So maybe for a number of you actually see a certain space in the way that it evolves, and maybe you see the future for a number of you. Like, maybe you met someone or you walked into a certain space, you're like, I know the way this whole industry is going to go down. I'm hearing that as well. It's like, I feel it. But do I say it? I'm hearing that as well. Like, and this came through in another reading for you, Sagittarius, where you were like, maybe having even some sort of intuition about a certain experience. Like, you felt like you also had information about something here, yeah. And you're like, is it my place to present this? Like, if I feel like there's potential, okay. 6 of Cups coming through, 4 of Swords in reverse. If these 2 cards came through in the Gemini reading, if I feel like there is potential, am I the one who, I'm hearing, if I'm the witness also of it, interesting, for a number of you, maybe you're even getting information or having dreams about someone, and you're like, I'm having dreams about this other person, but is it my time, I'm hearing as well, my place to talk about it. So you could be almost feeling like, should I come out with this now? The Devil upright, 6 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Pentacles and the Son of Swords. Should I test them? I'm hearing as well, like, do I say something and see if they bite back to that same boundary? I'm hearing that I cross. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, there's something that someone feels they need to get honest with, but they're wondering, like, is this for me to interpret on my own level with myself, or is this something that I process, I'm hearing also through the lens of another, hold on, I'm hearing, lay all your love on me, the Star upright, Justice in reverse, the Empress in reverse, 4 of Pentacles upright, okay, I'm hearing there is a certain process, I'm hearing even a series of steps that we feel, hey, we are like to move through. But, and I'm seeing for me this is related to community here with the Lovers in reverse. I'm hearing, I have lines that I feel for number, you feel, okay, like you're channeling something, okay, or you feel that there is something that you are almost responsible for in some way. Like, you feel like I have access to this information, or I have access to this, also this body of work. Now, do I tell everyone that? I'm hearing as well, like, well, what is this? The Devil at the base of the Empress. Now this could also be the energy of another, where they feel like, I feel such a strong connection with this person. Whoa, how do I do? I'm hearing what lovers do about that. So there is somewhat of a space of hesitation. Maybe someone feels so much attraction to each other. They're like, do they feel the same way? Okay, do they also see like my hair like that? I don't know what that's alluding to. The lovers in reverse, Knight of Swords. Like someone's thinking, what's the reverberation in the room like? Like what's their response going to be as well? Somebody's so curious to know how this cycle continues on. Okay, so let's see what comes in the extended reading. Feel free to click through to that via the link in the bio box below. Dear Sagittarius, and we'll see what comes through there. Further love and light. Enjoy this period. I'll see you soon. Bye, Sag. Thank you all so much as well for tuning in, for your dear support, all of your support energetically above and beyond, for all your likes as well, your comments, your shares, your subscriptions. I'm so touched by all of you. Enjoy this period. And again, remember, it is always a matter of personal interpretation, personal perspective. It can be taken, received, interpreted in ways, not necessarily in any particular way. All right, ever, always take it as you will.